Guys, so today I'm coming to you with a collab with Sage, who does videos about feminism, identity, books, ideas and their life, and I did a response to her last video last week, and so if you haven't seen it you can check it out up there. But today we're doing a collab where we came up with some questions together, also with life with YouTube. And I'm really excited because some of these questions I hadn't actually thought about until I came to having to think about how I'd answer them, which is quite interesting. So the first question is, how has YouTube affected your self-esteem / confidence? Now, I hadn't really thought about this until I came to answer the question, but I think what YouTube has done is it's sort of more just reaffirmed the person that I am, because the person I am on camera is very similar to the person off camera, just without the flaws, because a lot of the flaws that I have you probably can't necessarily see on camera because I don't show you, and it's a lot to do with other things I do in my life that aren't YouTube. But I do think that YouTube has just made me feel better about the person that I am. So it hasn't made me feel like I need to change anything, but at the same time I've sort of kept the view that I have of myself and the person that I want to be. The second question is, how do positive comments make you feel? What about the critical ones, and what about the negative ones / hateful ones? Now, this is really interesting because I think positive comments can make me feel really awesome about my content, and I think although I'm very much myself on camera, I don't necessarily always portray like very deep views. A lot of the things that I'm sharing with you are more like ideas, and therefore you can respond to the ideas, but that doesn't necessarily mean you're responding to me, if that makes sense. You're responding to the ideas. So comments genuinely make me feel like I've actually managed to express the ideas well, and so they actually make sense, because sometimes it feels like I'm just sitting here and rambling, and that isn't necessarily the best feeling. But lovely comments just make me feel like I've made a lot of sense and connected with people, which is really nice. Now, in terms of critical and hateful comments, I don't really think I've ever received a hateful comment, which is somehow some sort of miracle, I think. I do like criticism more just because I genuinely use my own initiative to make my videos, so hearing what other people have to say and the ideas that they have is really cool, because I love interweaving in different influences if I feel like that's the kind of approach I'd like to take. The third question is, what's the best thing about being a YouTuber and what's the worst thing? Now, I think for me the best thing about being a YouTuber is being able to communicate and even be friends with the people who create content that inspires you, and that's just awesome, because I think YouTube is quite unique in that way. And connecting with what I think the worst thing is. The worst thing for me is the fact that people judge so hardly on the amount of subscribers you have and the amount of views you have. But the fact is, with YouTube, we're very normal people, and therefore it's really easy in that sense to connect with people, because you can really understand them because they're very much people like you. But I also love the fact that with YouTube you can basically talk to anyone and be able to learn something from them, and that doesn't change with the amount of subscribers you have. There's so much experience that everyone has to share, and I think we really need to value that more as a community. The fourth question is, how has being on YouTube affected your daily life? Now, this is quite an interesting question, I think, because the main way I think it's affecting my daily life is the way that I see it, because most of my videos are inspired by things I've learned in my life, and therefore it's made me think about things I'm learning that I'd like to share, or things that have happened. But the other thing is also the fact that that many other YouTubers literally just vlog their daily lives, and the fact that that they can be so inspired and create such beautiful content just from their lives just makes me want to appreciate my own as well, because it's really cool to see what you can be inspired by in your own life. But I think also just the fact that it's really opened me up to the amount of perspectives there are, because obviously we're all human and there's so many different people whose ideas you can listen to, and therefore it's just made me feel a lot more open and a lot more you know, accepting, because I've just seen how much variety there is. The fifth question is, what's the most noticeable change that you've seen in your life since joining YouTube? Now, this is an odd one, but I think most of you will be able to relate to this on some level, and that is I get less sleep. I sleep less, and that's mainly because, especially, I haven't actually been creating content that long, but I started watching YouTube pretty much from around about my 15th birthday, so that's a good 3 years. I just find it so easy to get carried away on YouTube, especially just going through my subscriptions, because as time's gone on, I found so many more people to watch that it's just so easy to get carried away, especially when you're in bed late at night and you're just watching one video, and then one video becomes many videos. So that's probably the most noticeable thing. But I think that's also down to the fact that I've made a lot more international friends who are in America, which is, you know, between 5 and 8 hours behind where I am, so it might be like 7 PM where they are, and then it's like midnight where I am, and it's just like I'm still awake, and that happens. So I think that's probably the most noticeable thing. Question 6 is, what content has inspired you most, and has it affected any of the content that you've created? Now, I think there's lots of really inspiring content, but I think the main thing that inspires me most about even like arty videos or travel videos is probably just the people behind them, and the ideas that they share and the values that they have, because I think that's mainly the sort of content I like to create. I like to create sort of, I like to discuss ideas and, you know, different values and what they mean. But I do absolutely love watching, I've definitely been inspired by just watching like artful videos and just seeing how creative people can be in presenting their ideas, as well as even just travel vlogs, because travel vlogs, I find they're really cool to watch. I think I probably don't enjoy them as much now as I used to, probably because I feel like I like watching content that is specifically trying to create a message and not just showing their day, if that makes sense. And the last question is, what content do you like watching that you probably don't intend to create? Now, I think there's probably two general genres here, and that's travel vlogs and comedy videos. Travel vlogs, probably less so. I think mainly because at the moment, if I do vlog when I travel, it's mainly more just to store the memories for myself rather than trying to share that with other people. But I think it depends why you're creating, obviously. If you're creating it for like an artful purpose and to appreciate your surroundings, then I guess I might be more inclined to create more videos like that. But yeah, less so at the moment. And comedy videos, less so, just because I don't really find myself very funny, but I do think it's quite cool working with other people to create sketches, because obviously then you can work together as a team to build something that, you know, works on all your strengths, and that's quite cool. So yeah, that is the video, and Sage and I would absolutely love to hear your answers. If you'd like to leave them in the comments, or even create a response video, I think that would be awesome. But yeah, if you don't create YouTube videos, you can even compare, you know, maybe you watch more, so that could be something that you could compare to, but also just social media in general. How has social media changed your life, and is there a clear before and after that you can really see? Or has it not really changed that much for you? We'd love to hear it. So I'm going to leave a link to Sage's video at the end, and also in a card up there. So definitely go and check it out, because, you know, everyone has different experiences with YouTube, and I'm sure it's going to be really interesting. Just a note, today I'm also putting up my first letter from our tree, and I'd love for you to go and see it and just hear what you have to say, because the really cool thing I'm finding about doing this collab channel is the fact that we're exploring really cool ideas, and I'd love to hear what you have to say, so definitely go and check that out as well. So, thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful time doing what you're doing, and I'll see you next time. Bye guys!